Hey guys, it's Destiny, and today I wanted to talk about a game I was very excited for the release of, and it is none other than Persona 5X. I am a huge fan of the Persona series, Persona 5 actually being my first, and then the reason I actually purchased a PlayStation 4 a couple years ago. And I'm also currently in the process of playing Persona 4 Golden on my Switch. So I am very excited to try out this new Persona game, and I'm also very happy to say that Sega is actually sponsoring today's video as well. So thank you so much to Sega for this amazing opportunity. Persona 5 The Phantom X is the latest installment to the Persona franchise, which is free to play and the first mobile and first live service title in the franchise. Persona 5X takes place in the Persona 5 universe and features many of the characters you know and love from Persona 5, and for those new to the franchise, it allows you to meet a wide variety of characters for the first time with unique and charming personalities. The game allows you to experience the Persona experience on mobile for the first time, featuring a new story, a new cast, and much more. Persona 5X's story revolves around reclaiming desire. Desire is the driving force behind the will to live, and the masses have lost their desires, with it, their hope. The main protagonist is Wonder, who you will be playing, and you, alongside friends you meet along the way, some being Lufel and Motoha, codenames being Cattle and Closer, become phantom thieves who will change the hearts of corrupt individuals. You will be able to explore palaces and defeat enemies along the way in order to work towards changing the hearts of corrupt individuals. You can also explore mementos and defeat enemies there as well. Now, when it comes to the combat, this is by far one of my favorite things about Persona 5X and just Persona as a whole. Currently, I am playing in the Velvet Trials mode, but we are able to use a persona, which each character will have, of course, their own persona, their own abilities. And as you guys can see on here, has Crimson Rose, Tri-Fire, and then Falling Sun. Now, when it comes to Wonder, who you will be playing as, you will actually be able to equip 3 personas. So Wonder is going to have quite a lot of variety with what you're able to do, which I can show you guys this in a moment. But what we could do is use our persona. We can also attack with a melee weapon. We can use our gun, so we can shoot enemies as well, which some enemies are weak to the gun right here. We are also allowed to use items, and we can guard as well. Guarding will be really useful when enemies are charging and they're about to unleash a very powerful attack onto you. So let's use Crimson Rose right here, and we'll be able to attack all of these enemies as well. And boom, there we go. And we also have this support button right here. So our support button is going to be a navigator on our team. And when you attack an enemy's weakness, like we did just now, you will actually get a follow-up attack. So we can do this, and it's called One More, and we're actually able to unleash another attack like so. And then when all enemies are knocked out, we can do an all-out attack, which will be able to deal massive damage onto enemies. And what you could do is long hold onto an enemy right here, and you can easily just see what they are weak to, and also any status ailments that they are afflicted with, which in this case, this little cat right here is afflicted with burn from On's attack. And now when it comes to Wonder, Wonder is able to equip 3 personas. So we currently have Unicorn, we have White Rider, and we have this persona as well. Each of these personas are able to use different abilities. Unicorn is able to provide heals for the team, as well as also increase the party's defense with this buff right here. White Rider is my more offensive persona, so as you guys can see, all of these moves right here will deal damage onto this cat. For this last persona I have here, this persona is actually going to be able to decrease the defense of enemies with her attacks as well. And she'll also be able to decrease one foe's defense right here. So if we were to use this, and there we go, the defense is decreased. I can actually click the support so I can show you guys this, which this is our navigator on our team. So we have 3 things we could do, and as you guys can see, there is a timer right here, which this timer will be based on the number of actions you take. So for our first one, it would take about 4 actions for us to be able to use another support ability, while the other 2 would take 8 actions. So I'm actually going to use this one right here. It'll increase our party's damage. So there we go. We get a pretty cool animation. And the navigators are amazing when it comes to supporting your team further. There we go. And now we have our stats increase. Now with On, we can attack like so. And boom, there we go. And we also unlocked Highlight. So Highlight is a pretty cool thing that you can unlock as well. And as you progress through a fight, you will build up this meter where you are able to take advantage of Highlight. So what we're gonna do is we can just use On's Highlight right here. And this will deal fire damage to all foes and also increase her fire damage for 1 turn. So there we go. We get a pretty cool animation. And we're going to be able to deal massive damage as well. And boom, there we go. So when it comes to the combat overall, I'm personally a huge fan of it just because of how much you're able to do within the combat when it comes to guarding, taking advantage of the highlight, the all-out attack, taking advantage of enemies' weaknesses, and also your characters will also have their own weaknesses. So if we take a look at On right here, here is her persona. Her persona is weak against ice, while her persona is strong against fire. So if you do get hit with an ice attack, the enemy will also be able to take advantage of the one more as well. And when it comes to team building in Persona 5X, what I noticed the game has is that there is actually a way to see recommended parties. This could be used as a general guideline just to get an idea of a party that could be pretty nice with the characters you have. And it also gives you an explanation as to why this party can be a nice option to take advantage of. Wonder can equip up to 3 personas. So if we take a look right here, we can select the personas that we want to have equipped. So I currently have, as I said, White Rider and then the Unicorn and the other persona, which we can swap around what personas we want to use, and I can hold up to 3. And of course, you can also go to the Velvet Room. The Velvet Room will allow you to fuse personas. So real quick, let's actually, is this the cat I was just fighting? It's the freaking cat. Okay, let's fuse the cat. We have these seals right here, which you can farm for seals, and you can also acquire some of these seals in the exchange shop as well. We can click Fuse Vortex, Fuse, and there we go. We get this animation right here, and there we go, we got the cat. And now we have the little mask for the cat, so now Wonder will be able to deploy them, and we can also click Change Skills. There's a bunch of skills here that we can equip, like so, for example, and there we go. The current skills have been saved, and you can of course go back and change these whenever. Now, when it comes to upgrading your characters, we are able to upgrade Wonder here, where you can upgrade their stats like so. When you click on training, you'll be able to further increase their level. I do have to get to Wonder level 50 in order to increase her to the next level, which should be level 60. But either way, you're able to do this, and it also shows you the materials that you will need in order to do this. For her weapon, here she is. We can enhance weapons, and then we can also forge. Say we had to forge one, it'll show us the upgrades, and then we can continuously go from there. Now for the revelations, here is something that is worth noting as well. Revelations are basically these cards that will allow you to increase your stats. So if we take a look right here, this is a growth card, and this has multiple substats. We have crit multiplier, crit rate, defense, pierce rate. We have the sun card. For the moon, we have different main stats. Now, if we go to the sky set, there is speed. There are multiple main stats depending on the card that you'll be able to take advantage of. And then also we have the substats as well, and this will be useful for further increasing your character's stats, especially when you're trying to conquer the Velvet Trials, which can be seen, in my opinion, endgame in a way. Let's say we did want to get more of this material. We can do this Alluring Aroma challenge, and we do actually use stamina in order to acquire this material. At least from here. There are other ways to acquire the material as well, but for those that are looking into like farming for their characters, this is how you do it. Another thing I wanted to show real quick, which I think is pretty nice, is that for this plan 1, once you accomplish all of these goals right here, which I'm very close to accomplishing them, I just have to raise any social stats level 4, and then I will be able to finish this whole thing off. You will actually be able to choose one novice 5-star thief of your choice, which is Ryuji, Morgana, and On. So even though we have a 5-star selector with the first 40 pulls you do on that banner, we also have this as well, which allows you to pick another 5-star Phantom Thief as well. And speaking of the Phantom Thieves, real quick, there is also an event right now that is about the Phantom Thieves in Persona 5. There's a daily login bonus. There is a story that you can play through as well, and there are rewards for playing through it. There's also the Thieves Alliance, which you'll be able to get rewards for the protagonist's level, so Wonder's level. There's also the Thieves Exchange, which is this shop right here for you to be able to get some more materials. But yeah, I did want to note that as well. Now, when it comes to your day-to-day aspects in Persona 5X, you will have action points. which you can gain 5 a day. Action points can be used for working on your relationships with characters, referred to as synergies in P5X. You'll be able to work on your social stats, which can allow you to further deepen your relationships with characters. Some things you could do can be going to go see a movie, improving your social stats. You can also work a part-time job to get some more money as well. You can engage with clubs and much more. When you do visit the clubs, you can also play some fun minigame-like modes, some involving soccer, the band room, and so on. And you can just enjoy the slice of life aspects of Persona in many ways. This is another thing I absolutely love about Persona, is that you can pick how you want to spend your day based on the options available. I also really enjoy working on synergies with characters, as it allows me to get to know them more when it comes to their personality outside of the main story and side quests. And it also gives me an opportunity to also learn more about their backstories as well. This is a big thing I loved about Persona 5. I'm currently loving it in Persona 4 Golden. So yeah, this is one of the things I absolutely love in Persona games. And when it comes to the gacha system, you can acquire new characters referred to as phantom idols, which you can use in your party. You can acquire weapons. You can acquire some personas as well from summoning. There is a standard selector starting off, which after 40 pulls, you'll be able to acquire on Morgana or Yuji. For the limited banner, we currently have Joker available to pull for, and there is a 50-50 system on the limited banners, and you will use special tickets for this banner or meta crystals. When it comes to the 50-50 system, if you end up not getting Joker the first time you end up getting a 5-star, the second 5-star that you will get will be guaranteed to be Joker. So that's how the 50-50 system will work. For the weapon banner, you can put 3 weapons you're trying to acquire. In this case, I chose Joker's limited weapon and then On and Morgana's weapon. And once you get a 5-star on this banner, you will get one of the weapons you have selected. In my case, I ended up getting On's weapon. As for the standard banner, you can use standard tickets and you'll get a 5-star within 80 pulls or less. And once you reach 300 pulls, you'll be able to select a 5-star of your choice. The game has multiple ways to acquire pulls, which can be through the story, opening chests, playing the Velvet Trials, exploring, improving your synergies with characters, and much more. There's quite a lot you can do to get pulls in the game and a lot of content to currently go through. Overall, I've been really enjoying the game so far and also enjoy the content that is available so far as well. For those that are interested in trying Persona 5X, Persona 5X is available for free on Steam and mobile devices, on the Google Play Store and Apple App Store. Also, you can download the game using my link down below and give it a try yourself. Now, it's time for me to get back to playing Persona. I hope you all have a great one like always. Peace.